Hi, welcome to Bitter Exes. We're here with another episode trying to decide what's the difference between dating and just hanging out.
Yeah, and I've never really done any hanging out with people of the opposite sex, so I don't really know that much about hanging out, or really don't have any opinions on hanging out because I just don't really understand the concept. My concept of dating has always been, the general dating ideas is, you meet somebody you're interested in and you try to arrange some time to be with them and get to know them and, express your desires or find out if they're the kind of person that you even want to have a relationship with of some kind.
Okay, well, it seems like in the older days there was a distinction between when a man was asking a woman for a date, the boundaries or the rules and maybe even expectations were definitely more set than they are nowadays, as you will find out when two other bitter exes join us. And here they are.
I think dating is dependent on the feeling you have towards the person you're going out with, because if you really like them in a physical or more so way, then you'll consider it a date and you'll treat it like a date. But if you're not really that into somebody, then it'll just be hanging out regardless of what it is that you're doing.
Okay, that's true.
Thank you.
But it still depends on, what you're going to go do as far as date-wise. I mean, if you're going to go with somebody that you like or that you care about, you're going to be worth to spend the time of going out to dinner and having a talk and having a couple of drinks, or to going out and, hanging out at movies and those simple things. I mean, just kicking it. I mean, you can kick it back at the house with whoever it is you're kicking it with. If it's just a friend,
movies.
Yeah, but the movies is more like an intimate thing. You're like together, you're cuddled up.
So
sitting there like this with the two little kids with your hands in your lap watching TV because mommy said sit still.
So are you saying it's where you go, or is it who's asking you out?
She's saying it's based off feelings, and I'm saying it's true with the feeling thing, but it's also based off what you're also, like she said, with feelings towards a person, but that changes what the date's going to be. Because if it's somebody that you like, that you care about, you're going to try to impress them. So you're going to take them out to dates for like expensive dinners and movies and walks on beaches and shit, stuff like that.
Says the man.
But
right, that's what I'm saying. So I think there's a difference between a man and a woman, right?
A woman would do the same regardless.
So a woman is going to dress up regardless and look nice regardless, even if they're just going to go hang out?
Unlike a man, we wouldn't sit there and pull out the nice Rolls Royce on the date and then take them in a little BMW Bug if you're going to go hang out.
Or if you're going to just hang out with a casual friend or buddy, I mean, you don't need to have all the exquisite, extravagant stuff. I mean, for what?
Because they're your friend.
No, but we're talking about friend, the opposite sex.
I can sit there with a friend in my basketball shorts and some freaking tank top and some house shoes on. If it's just hanging out.
So if it's hanging out, so if it's hanging out, you don't make quite the effort on your appearance as you would if it's a date. So is that how a woman's supposed to know how the man shows up, what he's wearing?
It's usually discussed beforehand, I would think. If it's going to be like a date or whatever it is.
So
you can kick it with somebody that can be like a hookup type thing. To where it's not a date thing or it's not a friend thing, where it's just like a casual, meet and greet and handle your business and go on separate ways type thing too. I mean, with the new nowadays, the way things are now in modern days, it's not like it is back in the day where you guys, you meet somebody at a store, you meet somebody at a park, or you meet somebody at a basketball game, exchange numbers, and then y'all date, and then end up going out.
Right.
Nowadays, it's, they can find you on social media.
And this is what's wrong with our generation.
Anywhere.
Right
it just,
here.
Boom.
There's no video.
Right. You know what? I do. I think that's a difference. No, in your generation, definitely, because I know in our day, it was clear. Usually a man asked a woman to go with him, and it was a date. It was pretty clear if it was. Whereas your generation, there's so much social media and so much exposure out there to meet people that you really don't know.
You have to put the effort in.
Yeah, I read that 70% of people that go out don't know if they're going out on a date or just to hang out. That's a lot of people. 70%, that's more than half the people. Right. So how would you discuss it? Would you say, hey, I'm so-and-so, let's go out on a date? Or, like, what if you go out for coffee? Is that a date or a hangout? What if you say, hey, let's meet up for coffee?
Well, if we meet up for coffee, it's like a hangout, but it's like, you can tell by the feeling of the person when you get there.
Right.
So,
yeah, the way the conversation goes, right?
Because if you're interested in a person, you're going to ask personal questions. You're going to ask things that you really want to know about. Somebody
Right.
else, you'll just sit there and shoot the shit talking about like a basketball game, a movie
Right.
you saw,
So that makes it a date.
something you did last. I mean, no,
Right.
that makes it not a date. That makes it a hangout thing. But when you're sitting there having more deeper of a conversation,
That
Getting-
makes it a
about-
date.
trying to
you're
get
trying
to know
the
someone
person,
because
you know.
you're seeing them as a potential date,
date.
or someone to
Somebody
spend
you wanna
time
be
with.
Yeah.
So you could go get coffee with someone that's just a friend or just to hang out, or you could go get coffee with someone that you're trying to get to know on a more personal level, right? And that would be considered a date, right? Or is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Or
Dated in your life, you don't know.
how the hell do you know I didn't? You ain't been here as long as I've been. Okay.
You date.
no, but do you know? I think
You just
I
go
agree
straight
with-
from hello to.
God. Well, I mean, I think you can tell kind of. So if he dresses nice and he puts a lot of effort into the date, what about paying? Who pays?
What was the date? It'd be the guy.
Yeah, you think a guy should pay on a date? You don't think a woman should pay? Is it a
Maybe
date if a
sometimes.
woman pays?
Oh, shut up!
A woman-
On another date? What the hell? When we first started going out,
A woman can pay on a date, no? Or
Must
no?
be nice for those women.
shit.
So, could a woman pay
Well,
or
that's,
not?
I mean, that's where the term "going Dutch" came from. Is where they, you know, the couple splits the tab. I'm not saying that's right, wrong, or indifferent. It's just, you know,
Was that a
that's
date?
been around. You know, it depends on it depends on who you talk to. But I don't think that's a date. But you know, one of the reasons that we, you know, have got the young couple here with us is because, you know, we've got kind of older school ideas of what dating should be like, and we wanted a little fresh
Opinion
view.
of the younger Bitterexes.
Yeah, because we were talking earlier before the broadcast, and the topic came up. You know, in our day, you didn't really have, like, you didn't go out to a coffee with somebody of the opposite sex, if you know that was single, unless you had some kind of designs with them. But we were, yeah, wondering if you guys kind of, you know, feel the same way about those things.
What if a guy calls you dude? Hang out, right?
Yeah.
Is that a date?
I'm thinking
What about my
If-
question?
If a guy's
What about
calling,
my question?
if a guy's calling you dude during the date, that is hanging out,
hangout, yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. Okay. What if he shakes hands at the end of the date, or at the end of the meet and greet? If he shakes your hand, date or hang out?
Do I like him?
I don't know.
If I like him, I'll overlook the shaking of the hand. But if I don't like him, then I'll just take the shake of the hand and be like, bye, see you later.
Okay.
Never.
And what if it was, what about someone texting you after? What if you didn't know if it was a date, but you had a good time? A text after shows it was a date?
It shows there's
Sometimes
possibly
you
going to
don't
be
know.
something
It
else.
shows there's interest. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Interest, yeah. Good word.
Okay. What about if he talks about nothing personal? Just like his job or like, you know, some sporting event he went to. Is that a date or hanging out talk?
It's kind of more hanging out,
You know,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a chill thing. It's
Yeah.
not really personal.
Right.
Yeah, it's not really trying to get to know each other.
So unless the conversation's about trying to get to know someone, then
yeah, I think that's the first initial sign to kind of let the other person know you're interested.
Yeah.
Because if you're really not interested, you're not going to ask. And they're going to know you're not interested because you're not asking.
right, right. Would you volunteer it anyways?
I would. If they're not talking.
Yeah, we have nothing to talk about. Maybe, or you'll bring up some
I
kind
sit
of.
there, discuss myself.
Talk about yourself
yeah,
if
talk
all
about
else
yourself, yeah.
fails.
Yeah. Well, my day was great.
If all else fails, bring up yourself. What about what they're wearing? He shows up in gym clothes. Could that be a date?
Well, I'd be showing up in gym clothes.
That could be a date, huh? Or no? What if you thought it was a date and he shows up and let's say you're just going to go get coffee or something because that's the in thing to do nowadays and he shows up in gym clothes.
I'd ask if he just came from the gym or is he going to.
Uh-huh. So what they wear does play some sign, right?
Yeah.
I guess, and how much effort he put into it.
Yeah, but there's different types of gym clothes too.
Yeah, if they're
There's
nicer.
like nice.
Nice looking gym
As long as he's not all
Yeah,
sweaty.
exactly. And dirt all over the place. And,
Ew, gross.
Just It's the
body
laid back
odor.
gym clothes, and there's the actual, you know.
Yeah, the
you got the
workout
Jordan
gym.
pants and the nice
Right.
Nike shirt and the the clean shoes type thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the jewelry and accessories and hat. Obviously, you didn't come from the gym.
Exactly.
You're just lazy.
Yeah, and if he runs into a friend he knows or someone he knows and invites them along, date or hang out.
Then that takes it automatically to a hangout. Because I mean, you added a third party.
Unless
Yeah.
they're both cute.
Oh God.
You can just call a call a friend.
Oh man.
Call a friend and say, "Oh, my friend was gonna come and meet me too."
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
sure
right.
you would.
Okay. What about how you feel? What about going out with someone that you think is just a friend? What if you get all nervous and you're all jittery?
That's
So
definitely
that's
more
a
than
date.
Yeah.
That's one of the days.
That's a date.
The
Yeah.
butterflies and all that stuff, yes.
Yeah. All right. What else would define a date? Maybe the flirty
The
behavior.
flirtiness, or it would be, one person would be more awkward than the other. Because it make it, they're shy, they don't really know what to say, you know, sometimes they'll stutter their words. You know, you see certain things like that when people like you, if you don't know they like you. You know, so then it can make it into maybe they, once you catch on.
Right, because you can think you're going to hang out when one thinks it's a date, so you've got to kind of let that person know, hey,
Yeah.
I'm taking this as a date, right? I mean,
I don't know if you really put yourself out there like that.
Yeah. I don't think you.
so you go off the vibe of the other person, but what if
Yeah.
you really liked him and he's asking you to just go hang out, but you really liked him?
Not,
Then-
you gotta go home and go through your phone book and find someone else. Date number 2. Moving on. Don't waste a good outfit and good makeup and hair done. That sucks.
Yeah.
That would, or vice versa. If you're trying to ask someone out that you are interested in, and she's like, "Oh, sure, I'll go hang out with you." Yeah, and the killer of all dates is what? Probably talking about
Kids or exes,
exes.
baby
Yeah,
mamas.
that would kill it. That would kill it. Yeah, because
never.
then you have to. Because then you would know that would be a killer. Yeah.
I'd make up something.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh, phone call. Someone's in the hospital. I gotta go.
There's a lot with your generation. What about the activity planned? Is there a difference? Okay, drinking coffee aside, what's a good place to go for a good date that you would not go just to hang out? Getting a drink at a bar, date or hang out?
That
I'm
can
not
go
a-
both ways.
I'm not a bar person, so I don't know.
I'm not
for
either.
drinking in bars. That's kind of.
But what
I
about
never,
for a
I
guy?
never did it before,
Yeah.
but I would think it would be
Especially because
kick
there's
it.
too many now. I've been through what I've been through. There's just too many other distractions. So I would like something where there's no other people, especially females.
Would you take a woman to a bar on the first date?
I never have. So
No, never have to. That's more of a hangout for you.
Yeah, that's
Then
when I
a-
go with my buddies.
then a date?
Like, yeah.
Okay,
That's where
what
he
about
goes
you?
to pick up females.
Okay,
I never
that's where he
pick up
goes
from
to
a bar.
find. That's where he goes to find his hangouts. Okay, what about you?
Yeah, I
Nah, I found
wouldn't.
them at school.
I wouldn't take a woman to a bar for a first date.
So it's more of a hangout.
Well, yeah,
that,
Or you
it's
just-
more of a hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about what are some like a sports activity to go play the
I think
sport
like miniature
together
golf is cool.
for a date?
Yeah,
Miniature golf, pee-wee
or-
golf?
or
Go karting.
go
I mean, that'd be fun.
go karting is fun, but why we haven't done that? But okay, that is fun.
Just because you
They
haven't
had a
done it
chance to-
doesn't
yeah,
mean.
mean it won't be done.
Yeah. What about bowling? Hangout or date?
Oh, bowling, yes.
Bowling would be fun.
That's fun.
Yes.
We've had
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be a good date.
Yeah. What do you think?
So it really just depends on what you're interested in.
Yeah.
So going
Yeah.
off-road bicycling could be a date between two people if that's
But
what
they're
they were,
interested.
Yeah,
into.
because there's some other people who they're not as social and they'd rather do the whole coffee thing where there's not a lot of people around, a lot of interaction where they could just kind of be
Right.
just the two of them.
But the two of you drinking coffee, if it's one is there for the hangout and the other one's there for the date, can put pressure on just the two of you. You know what I'm saying? To see what the outcome is going to be. Don't you think there's a little more pressure there when it's just the two of you, just the coffee,
Yeah.
rather versus go karting where you don't have to spend that whole time.
Next to each other.
Yeah.
Either way, it's an
you know.
intense situation because either way, if it doesn't work out, you're stuck. I mean, now you're stuck in an amusement park with somebody.
Yeah, but at least there's stuff to amuse you. Rather than just
Yeah,
sitting
but
there across the
coffee,
table.
coffee's easy to leave. You
Yeah.
can leave quicker
Amusement park,
being at a
you're
coffee
like-
place. than a music park.
Generations
You
into
done
leaving
spent-
instead of working
yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Spent all the
Because then at
money
a golf
and
course, you
everything.
got to walk yourself all the way back now, 13 holes, and then hand your putter in with your ball, and then walk across the park to the parking lot.
Yes.
Hopefully, you guys can drive together. Don't drive together.
You
That would
don't.
be freaking awkward as hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's another thing. So on a date or hangout, I guess on how you get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
A date, you definitely pick up the woman.
And whether or not you
Yeah.
have backup plans. Do you guys have backup plans on your first dates? Just in case, you know,
I did not.
Oh,
I'm gonna have my buddy call
No.
me and
of course he.
you know
Did?
say my dog is sick, and
No, forget
then I'll have an excuse to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like have the phone ring.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys have the phone
Yeah.
ring thing?
I'd have
the
my
cell
phones in there, yeah.
Seriously? So you had a backup plan, both of you? Good grief. Anyway, so. Oh, wow. Okay.
generation?
That's his generation, and that's all right, I guess. So, wow, that's okay. That's okay. So, So, what about, like, going on a walk even could be a date, if it's something you both enjoy, no?
Yeah. I think as long as you're spending time together, getting to know each other, it's a date.
Right.
As long as you're focusing on each other, I would consider that a date. I mean, a drive somewhere could be considered a date, I think. As long as you're doing as much getting to know each other as you would getting coffee.
Right. Okay, here's the big question. Going out with someone who you're not going out potentially to date just because you're bored.
I would not go out.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
you
wouldn't
and a
even-
man or you and a woman, just because you're bored, go somewhere.
I never do what.
So if a man asked you to go somewhere and to lunch, let's say you're both co-workers or something, he asked you out for lunch, you went out to lunch to eat with him, is that a date? You're just
Oh, I see what you're
co-workers,
saying.
but you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend. You're just two co-workers.
Yeah, that's
he asked
fine.
you out for lunch.
That's hanging out.
That's just hanging out. What if
Yeah.
he paid?
I
Still
still
hanging
think
out,
that's hanging
'cause
out.
he-
He's just being really
He's
nice.
just being nice.
Yeah. I think if he asked you out for dinner or something after work where you guys can change and it's
And
like
go back out.
nighttime. I think anything at night is almost considered a date, I feel like. More daytime stuff. Not daytime, but
What if it was
Daytime
Friday?
is more of a casual.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, what if it's, hey, Friday night, I'm bored, you're bored, why don't you just come over and let's watch a movie?
that's
Date or
sounds
hang
like
out?
all you. Go ahead.
Date or
That's
hang out?
That's what he's used to. That's what
Just
sounds
hang
No,
like.
but I mean, just two co-workers. I just say
Agree.
co-workers because you know the person, you know, it could be someone from school. And yeah, you're just bored. And
I'm
it's
bored,
just
you're
like,
bored.
you know what? Yeah, I'm bored.
over.
What are you doing Friday? I'm not going to do anything this weekend. Hey, this is rent a red box and
Shut up, I heard
watch
your
a
stories,
movie.
just
So is that hangout or a date?
No. That is
something else.
past the date.
So something because it's home?
Yeah,
when
because
it's
it's at
indoors
home?
and it's indoors, it can lead to other
So the
things.
intimate setting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh.
don't go to the home.
On the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Because
It's just too much. You just need to behave. And
too
the
much pressure and yeah. huh.
temptation.
Too much intimate or intimate setting. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, that's cool. But yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Okay, so let me see. So anything else you guys have to add? So
No,
basically,
I just
if it's
feel
an
bad.
evening thing, it's a date.
Evening.
Who pays,
night
guy
time.
or woman? The guy or girl? Who should pay for a date?
The guy should,
should,
but
yeah.
I always offer just because I don't want to seem like one of those like women who can't afford it. You know, like I always put the offer out there so at least they know I have enough money.
Uh huh. But do you expect them to pay? As a woman,
Yes.
if a guy asks you out, don't you
If
kind
he's,
of expect
yes,
them
if he
to
sat there
pay?
and took my money, I'd leave.
Oh, so you offer
my
it. You offer it. But so you offer it kind of
It's a
like as a
test.
test, and then
Yes.
if they take it, you're out of there.
Take your money and you get up and say, "Thank you, thank you for dinner.
I won't
I
be
enjoyed
dating
it.
you again.
No, don't call me. I'll call you,
Yeah, this was a hangout.
and don't call. Yeah,
This was a hangout, not a
Exactly.
date. Oh God. All right. What about you? Woman pay? Yes or no? If you ask a woman out, you
Well, not in the
expect
beginning,
to
no.
pay.
I mean, I don't
Just dating.
think it should be. Yeah, dating thing, it should always be the guy.
Yeah.
Or like, well, nowadays, I mean, they go vice versa. Whoever asks who on a date.
See,
That's how I see some people
right.
do.
Right.
If somebody else asks somebody out on a date, then they'll pay. They're like, oh, I got you. Don't worry, because I'm the one that asked.
So you think
But-
whoever asks the other one out should pay? So if the woman asks a guy out,
No, I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm just saying that's what they do. I notice nowadays when I see
Oh.
certain people and I hear like certain people talking about how they went out on dates, whatever the hell it is, and how they pay for it. It's usually been nowadays whoever asked the other one out.
So is that an even younger generation?
Yeah, that's
because I've never even
like-
heard of as a
yeah.
girl, I would never even ask a guy out ever.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
new-
not
that's
either.
something-
And
it's
in
a
our
new-
generation,
it's a
that
new
was
thing
not
with these
done.
New women that are so self-independent. They don't want a guy, nothing for them.
Right.
So they're like, oh, I got it. I'll pay for this. I don't need you type stuff. Like,
So that's because of women's lib or whatever, you think?
it's,
Or
yeah,
just
it's the
women's
way-
independence?
I think it's just
It's-
what society shows on
society's making
TV.
them now,
I mean,
yeah.
you see all these female rappers and everything out there about their own private jets and how they're bosses. Everyone's a boss nowadays. That's
Nowadays,
like the
yeah.
big thing is being a boss. Like you need to be your own boss, make your own happiness, and money does
So
all
do you
that.
think that's kind of killed it for the men?
As
Their
far
chance
as-
to be
I mean,
chivalrous?
All of it, I think it killed a lot of it for like a lot of the couples
The romance,
nowadays,
yeah.
romance and relationships nowadays. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have, like I said, what you guys had back in the day.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't the whole meet somebody at like a store. Like it's just like it's so much out there now. It just
Takes
there's
away.
nothing that takes away from all the specialness. Like,
Yeah,
it's
the
not
man,
special.
the man doesn't get to
Yeah.
be the pursuer.
Yeah,
It's very like programmed.
'Cause they can
and
go both
not
ways
intimate
now. Right.
at all. It's just kind of like, oh, you're cute. Hey, let's go. Oh, you're cute. There's no, that
Yeah.
initial talking to each other. If you do see each other in the grocery store, how are you going to approach them? Or, well, let me go look at these crackers with them, even though I don't like them. But that type of
Right.
thing. It's just like all you have to do really is click the
click a
message
button.
button and say, hey, cutie. And next thing you
Yeah.
know, well, that
If they
right there says
respond,
it's
yeah.
going to be a date, if not more, if you guys end up linking
Right.
up just from
little, push
little
button.
clicks on buttons.
Right, so that's kind of killed it in the dating. Maybe that's why a
That's
lot of
why
people don't know
we
if they're
don't
on
date.
dates or if they're
Yeah.
on hangouts
because
because everything's out there. So do you think that's partly women's fault? Because do you think it makes women too accessible? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
yes, it does.
Women, yes.
Because
So why
especially
should
the
men
ones that
have
are
to
out there
pursue
putting
'em?
their business out there, like they're
Right.
up here in these bathing suits or the slutty clothes or whatever the hell it is. A lot of women nowadays do that
Right.
just to get the attention. So yeah, the dates that they're going on
Likes.
nowadays, yeah, it's not going to be a date. I mean, you're sitting there putting yourself out there for something more.
Right.
That's what the guy is thinking automatically. Okay, well, if you can
Exactly.
present yourself like this,
Then
then automatically,
as
no,
soon
I
as
don't
we
have to
meet-
put, I don't have
Yeah.
to put in the effort.
Right. So
She's
that's
easy.
not
She's
so.
easy.
Yeah.
So that's more of a not date.
That's more of a casual.
I didn't know what it's called. So
That's more of a-
not a date though.
They call it
That's more
Netflix
of
and
a-
chill. That's what they call it nowadays. It's a Netflix and chill type thing.
More
Oh,
of a,
oh my.
hit it and quit it.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is.
Bam bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Those
Yeah.
yeah.
those two things,
Good one.
Netflix and chill and hit it and quit it, the same
Yeah.
same thing.
And
Okay.
wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
That's a-
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
hookup.
There we
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Everybody got their own
But he's
idea.
with it now. Oh. Yeah, well, so there you go. So, okay. Well, this has been most interesting. Just to know they have some choice in the matter. I think it's kind of sad for the women that put themselves out there because then they don't get to be pursued. And then they wonder why they're not asked out on dates. Well, if they've already been out
Yeah,
there.
They wonder why they're not treated special.
That's right. So that might be food for thought. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this session of Bitter Exes. And until next time, remember, everyone is a bitter ex of something.
Bye.
Woo!